Hello and welcome to week 2. I'll be walking you through step by step all the assignments, discussion boards, and projects for this week. Again, you'll notice I'm on the modules tab here on the left, and that's where you can access each of these items in Canvas. Week 2, we're going to get into the techniques of choosing a business. So again, a few of you have already chosen a business. The majority have not. If you have chosen a business, go ahead and work through the exercises this week as if you have not chosen a business yet. It's a valuable skill set, whether or not you have a business already in mind. So this first tab under introduction will just walk you through in a different format these different assignments. That's not actually an assignment, it's just an overview of the week. So we're going to jump into this second one here where it says prepare business model and idea generation. This assignment will take you through a case study. The case of the online business, part 1. It looks like this once you download it, and it will walk you through a case study of 3 students trying to consider a business to open, and they're trying to decide if they should choose a product first or a service. So you'll read through the case study, and then you will write up an essay and either argue that they should choose a product or a service first. This is a good example of an assignment where there's not a right or a wrong answer. I'm looking at how you reason through your decision, the rationale you provide for it. There's some additional information here that will help you understand that this decision a little bit more. Help you understand business models a little bit more deeply if you look for business models on the web, and then how to brainstorm business ideas. There's a video here, Russell Brunson and his secret magic box. I will say it's a good illustration of the potential of an online business. I will note I don't feel like Russell Brunson provides a lot of value in the product that he offers there in his explanation of his business. So keep that in mind. In the long run, you'll want to offer a little bit more value than what Russell Brunson does. But I think his explanation of how influential and how potent online business can be is accurate. So that'll be your first. That'll be your first assignment. Excuse me. Back up here. Is this business model and idea generation. Now that will lead into your first discussion board, which will be based around the same idea. So I have all 6 discussion boards listed up here. You should have one that you've been assigned to. And then what you'll have is a proposed recommendation from a previous student that will walk you through what their recommendation was, either selecting a business model or product first. So your first post should explain whether you agree or disagree with the recommendation and why. So we really want to get into your reasoning. So again, the discussion board needs to be, your post needs to be significant, meaning we need 3 or 4 sentences, and then adhere to the rules of engagement, right? Be articulate and concise and respectful, but don't be afraid to disagree if you do disagree with your classmates. And your first post is due by the 16th. Your replies, you'll need to reply to at least 2 classmates' posts, and that's due by midweek. And I'll show you how that looks back here. It's broken into a couple different parts. So January 16th, your initial discussion board post is due. Midweek on January 18th, you'll need those responses done. When you click on this, that's not going to really be a separate activity. That's a reminder that by the 18th, you need to have your responses to 2 classmates done. This is your discussion board. This is your reminder to complete those midweek responses. So each discussion board will be broken out into seemingly 2 assignments. That's to remind you that initial post is due early on because we want to get everyone participating. And then that follow-up, those follow-up posts are due midweek. So keep that in mind, as those look like 2 separate assignments to the same discussion board, and you'll see that throughout the semester. So the second topic we have is demand and competition. And this again will be a case recommendation, but it will go along with the spreadsheet. Now these instructions are crucial. This shows you how to create an AdWords account and how to access the Keyword Tool Planner. Those are really important instructions in the course because we're going to use the Keyword Tool Planner numerous times throughout the course, and you'll need an AdWords account. And AdWords is always pushing new ways to make people feel like they have to pay for AdWords in order to use the Keyword Tool Planner. What these instructions will show you is that that's not the case. There is a way to set up an AdWords account and use the Keyword Tool Planner without having to pay for it. Now we will pay for this later on in the course either way. We're all going to purchase an AdWords account and use the AdWords account for advertising. So in the end we will be paying for AdWords, but early on we want to use the Keyword Tool Planner. Then you will read the part 2 of the case. It looks very similar to the last one I showed you. It's just a follow-up on that case with the same group of students. And this assignment submission will have 2 parts. There will be a Word document where you provide a recommendation, and then there will be a spreadsheet. So students run into problems when they turn in one or the other. This is a 2-part submission. And you can use the sample spreadsheet, but you're going to analyze the demand and competition for snowboards and chess using the Keyword Tool Planner. You'll get data from here. You'll put it into a spreadsheet. Very straightforward, using at least 10 keywords for snowboard and 10 keywords for chess. So this sample spreadsheet will show you what it should look like. You'll input your data and submit. So remember that's two parts to this. So you'll have the videos that help you set up the AdWords account and get to the Keyword Tool Planner, and then you'll have the case study. Using all that information, you'll submit a Word document and a spreadsheet. And then down here there's also some additional resources if you're interested. So it will be your second assignment. And then you'll have a discussion board based around demand and competition. So again, your discussion boards will be very much the same format every time, twice a week. You'll have a proposed recommendation from a previous student, and then you'll go ahead and explain why you agree or disagree. And remember, posts should be significant. That first post is due midweek. The responses to your classmates are due by end of week. And along with that format, you'll notice the 2 discussion boards here. So here's January 18th, your initial discussion board post for the second discussion board is due. And January 20th, your responses to classmates are due. Same discussion board, 2 different links. Then you'll have Project 1. I'm going to get to Project 1 in just a second. I'm going to make a quick note about your weekly reflection because you'll have a weekly reflection. As the name indicates, this is something that's due every week. What I need you to do for this is to create a blog, a personal blog, where you can record weekly reflections. You can set it, this should be a free blog. I don't recommend you purchase a domain name and all that. We'll do that on a website later. This is just a free blog you would set up on Wix or Weebly, some place where you can post for free. If you already have a blog for another class, you can use that. Please just make sure that the posts are clearly marked for B250. But you just need a URL that you can submit, and you will submit both your written blog post and the URL every week. So it does need to be at least 150 words in length, but that is about the only requirement. You can reflect on anything from the week. It's really to help you think back and say, this is what's helped me, these are my goals, this is how I'm going to reach them. And so you'll submit one of those every week. And again, it does not matter which blog platform you use. You can use whichever one you'd like. All you need to have is those 150 words that you'll copy and paste and the URL that you will copy and paste. That's all you'll need to submit for this. Then finally, let's go through Project 1. Now, an important note I'll make a couple times here. It says Project 1 is due at the end of the week. These are your initial instructions. Project 1 is due on week 4. Remember, you took your project and syllabus quiz that went through the due date for each project. So this can be a little bit confusing. Project 1 is not due in week 2. It's due in week 4, but these are the instructions, and you want to get started in week 2. So here are the instructions that you want to get started on. You will download this spreadsheet, the Web Business Decision Matrix, which I'll show you momentarily. And then you will work through these different tabs: brainstorming and screening web business ideas, inputs, demand, competitive level suppliers, startup costs, time requirements, profit potential, and then you'll make a final recommendation for which business you choose. This spreadsheet will help you make that recommendation, as it will use criterion throughout here to help you rank your ideas. So there are videos for each tab. This is extremely helpful. Brother Poole, who's taught this course for years, will walk you through each tab. You see he's posted a brief video on each of those. Let me pull this up and show you a little bit about what it looks like. So I'm looking at this in Numbers, the Apple product, rather than Excel. Most all of you will work this through in Excel, but the format will be very much the same. You will work through, here's your brainstorming tab, so you will fill out business ideas here, select what type of business model it is, a focus search keyword. Now, this may look like a lot, but we're going to go through each of these tools over the next couple weeks. So the assignments this week and next will help you work through these different the different aspects of this project. So you'll add up their monthly clicks, mark down their competition. That stuff is those are things that we've done this week, right, with demand and competition. You'll rank how easy it is to start, and then after you go through 20 ideas and fill all that in, it will give you your top 5 choices. Inputs, I won't go through each of these like he does on the video, but just to show you what they look like here, you'll have all of these that you'll fill out, and then it will pop out a recommendation. It will show you your rank once you get everything filled out, and then you'll tell which business idea you chose and why you weighted your criterion, so you can weight these criterion a little differently. Again, Brother Poole goes through all of this on the videos. I won't repeat his work, but I want to show you kind of the breadth of this project. So that's it for week 2. Again, a busy week to get you started. And again, I apologize for the length of this video as I go through these one by one. I won't have to go into the discussion boards with as much detail in the future, but wanted to get you off to a good start. Please reach out if you have questions, especially about Project 1. Thanks, everybody.